about that time to get started today. I'm excited to see you guys all here. If there's anything that you feel like working on today, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, we're just gonna flow. We'll have some fun. It'll be kind of like our class on Tuesday. We'll move through a couple of different sequences. We'll work on some balance and then have a good cool down at the end. Does that sound good? Awesome. All right. So why don't we actually go ahead and begin at the center of your mat. Make your way into Tadasana, standing up on our mats today. Go ahead and bring the feet hips width distance apart. Just give me 1 second. Let me get this going again. Sorry. There we go. All right. I'm going to join you guys there. So again, make your way into Tadasana. Bring the feet hips width distance apart. There's a slight bend in the knees. Let your hands hang out down by the hips. And maybe start off today with a few gentle rolls of the shoulders, a few times forward. Maybe a few rolls back. And then just soften the hands down by the hips. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, sigh that breath out through the mouth. Take another cleansing breath here in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then start to connect to your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. I want you to think about easing that tension out of the shoulders, relaxing the jaw, and be mindful to keep a slight bend in the knees so that we're not locking out through the knees here. If you would like to, go ahead and close down the eyes. Shutting down that gaze, just letting yourself breathe and connect to your mat today, and connecting to that steady rhythm of your inhales and your exhales. Use this time to start to let go of any thoughts or worries that you may have, any fears or judgments in your mind and in your heart. Breathe in that positive, radiant energy, and breathe out, let go of that negativity, that worry, that stress, and tension. And if you'd like to begin to set an intention for your practice today, or a goal that you would like to accomplish, it can be something as simple as maintaining a steady breath. If you're looking to build a little bit more positivity in your life, or maybe you're looking just to let yourself be free to find that movement in your body today, whatever it may be, just find this time, breathe in that intention, let it fill up the mind, let that intention, that focus flood the senses. Nice steady breaths. Draw that air in to fill up the lungs, even deep down into the belly. And exhale, release that tension and breath away. And from here, I want you to begin to open up the eyes. Inhale, let's sweep the fingertips up towards the sky. And go ahead and reach that left hand around your right wrist. Take a deep breath in through the center. Exhale, let's fold it over to the left side of the room. Keep your shoulders and hips square to the front. Lift that chin away from the chest. Find that length, that stretch across the right side of your body. Inhale, we come to the center, switch out that wrist grip, and exhale over to the opposite side. Remember to keep breathing here, even in these side body stretches. Inhale, we come up to the center. Exhale, swan dive down. Let all 10 fingertips come to rest on the mat. And take a deep bend with your knees to let that belly rest on the thighs to start today with your forward fold. Let's go ahead and let the hands reach for opposite elbows, creating a box to the front of your head. Think about reaching the front of the head towards the earth, lifting the hips a little higher towards the sky, and maybe let yourself sway to the left and sway to the right. Just ease some tension out of the hamstrings and the lower back. Whenever you're ready, return to your center forward fold. Release the fingertips down towards the mat. We're going to add a little twist in here. Go ahead and move your right hand in between both palms of the feet as you inhale. Lift that left hand up towards the sky, twisting gently over here to the left side of the room. Think about keeping the knees bent, the hips are square to each other. And then exhale, release the left hand down in between the toes. Inhale, lift the right hand up towards the sky, twisting gently over towards the right. When you're ready, exhale, release that right hand down towards the mat, forward fold. Inhale, let the palms of the hands come onto the shins, create a halfway lift, flat back here. Think about pressing the hips towards the back side of the room, reaching the head and heart to the front. Breathe in through the nose, and then we exhale, release all the way down into that forward fold. And let's work a little bit more to that pranayama breath practice. On your next inhale, we will reverse swan dive, sweep the fingertips in a big circle all the way up towards the sky for extended mountain. As you exhale, swan dive back down, fingertips in front of the toes, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, extended mountain. And exhale, release back down, forward fold. And just moving through this at your own breath pace. Let your inhales and exhales initiate that movement with the lead and guide your motions today. Exhale to release. Inhale to rise, to lift. Exhale to ground, center. Take 3 more nice big breath cycles here, moving at your own pace. Make sure to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. On that last exhale, return back down to your forward fold. Go ahead and plant all 10 fingers in towards the mat. Palms of the hands come into the mat. Step the right foot back and then step your left foot back, moving into our first high plank. So with this plank, you're gripping the mat with all 10 fingers. You're stacking shoulders over the wrists. Heels are drawn to the back side of the room. Start to engage through that core a little bit more by lifting the navel up towards the spinal column. If you prefer, you can always set the knees down for your planks today. This can help you to find that neutral spinal alignment while still maintaining that core engagement. 2 more breath cycles here, you got it. Last breath cycle, and then inhale, lean that plank slightly forward. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Let the tops of the feet plant into the earth. Gently rotate the shoulders down the length of your spine. Bring the chin to the center of your mat. As you inhale, lift the head and heart off the mat. There is no weight in the palms of the hands. If you'd like to, you can hover the palms of the hands 1/2 inch off of the mat for your first baby cobra. Think about drawing the shoulder blades closer together to really keep the elbows along the sides of the ribs. Breathe in and then exhale, release down to the mat. We're going to move into Sphinx next. So from here, let your forearms come down to the mat. The elbows are underneath the shoulders. Your chin is in the center of the mat. Rotate the shoulders down the length of the spine. Grip the mat with all 10 fingers. Spread them out nice and wide. Inhale, lift the head and the heart off of the mat. Think about drawing your heart to the front side of the room. Your eyes are drawn to the front. Your chin is parallel to the earth. And let yourself breathe. Moving into some heart openers here at the beginning of our practice to ease some tension out of the upper back and a little bit out of the shoulders. Take 1 more deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, release all the way down to the mat. Walk the palms of the hands to come underneath the shoulders once again. Hug the elbows in tight. Maybe rotate the shoulders down the length of the spine. Let's move into our full cobra. Keeping the tops of the feet rooted into the mat. Engage the quads to hover the knees slightly off. Take a deep breath in through the nose to gently peel the head and heart off of the mat. Peel the belly off of the mat, finding your cobra. To turn this into up dog, take a moment, breathe in, lift the thighs off of the earth. Beautiful job. From here, plant your toes in towards the mat. Inhale. Gently lift the hips towards the sky. Release the heels. If you would like to, start to pedal off the legs in your first down dog. Bending one knee and then the other. Whatever leg is extended, think about driving that leg's heel into the mat for a little hamstring tension release. And then whenever you're ready, let's return to our center, steady down dog. You're gripping the mat with all 10 fingers. You should be able to feel a little rotation of the shoulder blades away from the ears. Keeping that neck in a neutral position. The heels can stay lifted off of the mat. The hamstrings feel pretty tight. And if they're really tight today, you can add a bend into the knees to maintain that inverted V shape with the body. Beautiful job, guys. Take those deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. 1 more deep breath in One more breath cycle out. Then inhale, step the feet up to meet the hands. Once again, forward fold. Let's start to open up through the hamstrings a little bit more, moving into our pyramid pose. From here, let your fingertips rest into the mat, and if you'd like to, add a little bit of a lift here, so that way you can keep the shoulders away from the ears. Keeping your right foot rooted where it's at, add a bend into the knees, take a deep breath in, exhale, step your left foot to the back edge of the mat, about 2 to 3 feet away from that front right foot. We'll start off with a deeper bend in that right knee, and as you move with your breath, inhale, press the right leg to the back side of the room, exhale, bend through that knee. Inhale, draw the thigh back, exhale to release that tension. Both palms of the feet stay rooted into the mat. Beautiful job. Take one more deep inhale here, and then we'll stay here for 3 breath cycles. So continue to breathe at that steady pace while we hold this pose, this Tadasana. The hips lifted towards the sky. The eyes are gently drawn down towards the mat. You should feel this releasing some tension out of that front right calf and that front right hamstring. When you are ready from here, exhale, bend through that right knee, step left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift for a little bit of a reprieve. Again, nice neutral flat back, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in through the nose, and exhale back down, forward fold. Let the fingertips rest in front of the toes on the mat. From here, keep your left foot rooted, bend through the knees, deep breath in, exhale, step your right foot 2 to 3 feet away from that left. Now, this right hip may have a tendency to open towards the sky. I encourage you to bend through that front left knee, to keep that hip pointed down towards the earth. Again, as you inhale, draw that left thigh to the back side of the room. Exhale to soften. Inhale, press left thigh back. Exhale, soften. Just moving through this at your own pace. Finding that little bit of tension and then easing off. And then when you're ready on that last one, press that left inner thigh back, and we'll stay here for 3 breath cycles. You should feel length in your space and neck by keeping the shoulders away from the ears. The eyes are gently drawn towards the mat. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. One last breath cycle here. And then bend through that left knee. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Forward fold. From here, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, we fold. On that next inhale, reverse swan dive, sweep the fingertips back up towards the sky. And again, you can either go for those wrist grips or you can take a steeple grip with the finger. Inhale, draw that index finger towards the ceiling. Exhale, we fold over to the right side of the room. Let's inhale to the center. Exhale over to the opposite side. And then we'll inhale to the center. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in through the nose. On that next exhale, we move through the hips, bend the knees, moving into our first chair. Think about keeping the palms of the hands at your heart center. The eyes are gently drawn down towards the mat. And make sure you're shifting the weight slightly in towards the heels. You should be able to lift all 10 toes as a balance check, and then set the toes back down onto the mat. If you feel yourself arching through this low back, I encourage you to take a moment, re-engage that core, draw that navel in towards the spinal column, so that way you maintain that neutral spinal alignment even here in your chair. Beautiful work, guys. Take one more deep breath in through the nose, and then exhale, release, forward fold. Let's move into our half series. Plant the palms of the hands in towards the mat. You can walk, step, or flip the feet away, high plank, or that plank variation with the knees on the mat. Inhale, lean your plank forward. Exhale, low plank by bending the elbows 90 degrees, or you can come all the way down to the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. Awesome job, guys. Paddle off the legs if the hamstrings are still tight. And let's start to build a little bit more shoulder stability here. We're going to move into dolphin. I want you to keep the heels lifted, but on that next exhale, bring a bend into the knees to allow yourself to let both forearms come down into the mat. Spread all 5 fingertips or all 10 fingertips wide on the mat. If this feels good today and you feel that lift in your shoulders, you're welcome to stay here in baby dolphin. Otherwise, on that next inhale, begin to gently extend the hips up towards the sky, extending the legs. Let the crown of the head hover about an inch off of the mat and feel that lift through the shoulders. Remember to keep breathing, even though we're holding our poses today. We want to avoid holding our breath. One more deep inhale through the nose, and then exhale, gently bend the knees all the way down towards the mat. With the tops of the feet planted towards the mat, press the hips towards the heels, child's pose. Awesome work. Make sure you have a slight bend in the elbows. So that way you can soften the shoulders away from the ears. If your wrists feel a little tight, you can flip the palms of the hands up towards the sky. If your shoulders feel tight, you can also turn this into embryo by bringing the hands towards the heels instead. And again, let the forehead rest on the mat. Let yourself breathe. Maybe check back in with that intention. And then from here, let's go ahead and bring all 10 fingertips back to the front edge of your mat as you inhale. Lift the hips off the heels, coming in to your tabletop position. Stacking shoulders over the wrists. Your knees are underneath the hips. From here, go ahead and take this time. Let the hips rotate over towards the left side of the room, to the front, over towards the right, and then back to the back side. Moving the hips in a clockwise motion. And then when you're ready, let the hips rotate in the opposite direction. Let all that tension melt out of the pelvis, the hips, that spinal column. And come back to the center. Maybe take a moment, just draw the hips from side to side. Maybe shake the head yes, shake the head no. There are no judgments here. Just let yourself find that freedom of expression. Find what feels good in your body, whatever helps you to ease up and relax. Whenever you're ready, we'll come back into our neutral tabletop position, that neutral spinal column here. Your eyes are down towards the earth. On that next inhale, we'll lift through the head and heart, sink through the belly, find Inky Cow. Exhale, round out through the spine, press up through the shoulders, draw your chin in towards the chest for cat. Inhale, lift through the head and heart, sink through the belly for cow. Exhale, round out through the spine, chin to chest for cat. One more deep inhale for cow. One last exhale for cat. And then we come back into that neutral tabletop position. Let's plant the toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, release the heels. Down dog. Awesome job. So down dog today. It's always great to keep the heels lifted, especially the hamstrings feel kind of tight. Otherwise, you can slowly work to lengthen that range of mobility through the hamstrings by gently drawing the heels down towards the mat. Try to maintain that inverted V shape with the body. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. And breathe. And when you're ready from here, on that next inhale, walk, step, or flip the feet up to meet the hands. Forward fold. Let's add that little twist again. Take a moment to just enjoy your fold. Really bring that belly to rest on the thighs. Keep the hips lifted. From here, you can either move that right hand to the center of your mat again, or to get a little deeper, bring the right hand to the outer edge of your left ankle. As you inhale, lift the left hand towards the sky. Maintain that fold though. So the knees are slightly bent, the hips are lifted towards the sky, your arms are in line with the shoulders. On that next exhale, we release our left hand down to the mat. And again, you can bring that left hand either in between the toes or in between the feet, or all the way over to that right ankle. Inhale, lift the right hand up towards the sky, twisting over to the side of the room. And then when you're ready, exhale, release both palms of the hand in front of the toes, forward fold. As you inhale, find a halfway lift, nice strong flat back, and then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let the head be the last thing that lifts as you make your way back into Tadasana. Awesome work. On that next inhale, let's sweep the fingertips up towards the sky for extending out and keeping biceps by the ears. Exhale, hinge through the hips, bending the knees, taking your chair with a little lift through the upper body today. So same thing here. You can always do those little balance checks by lifting the toes off of the mat before setting them back down. Make sure the upper body's inclined 45 degrees. Your eyes are gently drawn towards the earth. Nice, steady breaths. Take another deep inhale here, and as you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Gently shift your weight over to that standing right foot. Can you hover that left foot off of the mat by right ankle? Breathe in through the nose, exhale. Step the left foot all the way to the back edge of your mat for our crescent lunge today. Your right knee is bent 90 degrees over right ankle. The upper body is lifted parallel to the front side of the room. That back left heel is lifted off the mat. Your hands are at heart center. Just let yourself breathe. Steady breath in, steady breath out. We're going to turn this into warrior two next. So from here, inhale, press the palms of the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, open the arms in line with the shoulders while simultaneously bringing that back left foot parallel to the back edge of your mat. That front right knee still stays bent 90 degrees. Your heart is open over towards the left. Your eyes are over that front right middle finger. And you can always make this more challenging by widening your stance, as well as make it a little less challenging by walking that back foot a little closer in to that front right palm of the foot. Whenever you're ready from here, let's inhale, hinge through the hips, reach the right fingertips to the front side of the room. Exhale, bring your right forearm down onto your right thigh. Left hand lifts up towards the sky for a supported side angle. Now the hips are going to want to slowly lift up towards the sky. I encourage you, keep that right knee bent 90 degrees, keep the hips low. Think about lifting left arm all the way in line with left shoulder. Whenever you're ready, inhale, lift back up into warrior two. Begin to slowly straighten out through that front right leg. Pivot the right toes over towards the left, pinching the big toes together. We're going to move into a wide-legged forward fold. The arms can either stay in line with the shoulders, or you can release the hands down to the hips for a little support. Take a deep breath in as you exhale, hinging just through the hips. Try to maintain a flat back as you slowly release the crown of the head a little closer towards the earth. The hands can stay on the hips here. We prefer they can come down towards the mat. Maybe they'll even reach through towards the heels, or they can rest on the ankles. Think about keeping that weight on the outer soles of the feet and slightly in towards the ball of the foot to help you draw that crown of the head closer down to the mat. You should feel this, easing some tension out of the inner thighs, out of the hamstring, and definitely out of the low back, as long as you're maintaining that neutral spinal alignment. And whenever you're ready from here, let the palms of the hands come underneath the shoulders, framing the crown of your head. As you inhale, lift up into the fingertips, lift into a halfway lift, nice strong flat back, beautiful job. From here, slowly lift both arms in line with the shoulders, and let's inhale, use that core strength, rise back up to stand, beautiful job. Pivot that right foot to point to the front side of the room, find your warrior two once again. Nice steady breath, can you lower the hips another inch, another deep breath in through the nose, and then exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down towards the mat, pivot all 10 toes to face the front side of the room, runner's lunge. You can stay lifted in the fingertips, or you can let the palms of the hands rest into the mat. We're going to turn this into a lizard lunge today, working into our hips a bit more. When you're ready, bring your right hand to the inner side of that palm of the right foot. Your left arm is directly underneath left shoulder. If you'd like a little more challenge, you can stay here with the back left knee lifted. Or if you'd like to enjoy a bit more of a stretch, let your left knee come to the mat, with the top of the left foot come into the earth. Keeping that right knee bent 90 degrees, this is your lizard lunge. If you'd like to get a little deeper into that front right hip, you can come on down to the forearms, resting on the mat. Just try to avoid rounding out through the shoulders here. Instead, keep the shoulders drawn away from the ears. The neck is in a neutral position with the rest of your spine. You have lots of variations that you can try, either with this resting lizard, you can stay lifted, or you can keep that left knee lifted. You have some energy today that you'd like to burn. You should feel this opening up through that front right hip, while simultaneously stretching out through this back left quad. When you're ready from here, slowly make your way back up onto the palms of the hands. They're about shoulders width apart. And then bring that front right foot to frame, or front right hand to frame that front right foot. Plant your left toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift left knee off, runner's lunge. From here, grip the mat with palms of the hands and all 10 fingers. Slowly inhale, lift that right foot off the mat. We're going to extend the right foot up towards the sky, three-legged dog. So even here, that right thigh's pointed down towards the mat. Your right toes are curling towards the shin. Your weight is spread evenly between all 10 fingertips and that left ball of the foot. Take a really deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, release right foot down to the mat. Down dog. Inhale, find your high plank, or again, that plank variation. Lean that plank slightly forward. Exhale, we low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. We're gonna hold this down dog just for 2 more breath cycles. And then we're gonna find our way into a child's pose. So as you finish that exhale, release the knees down to the mat, bring the big toes to touch, press the hips towards the heels, let your forehead come down into the earth. Child pose, or you can take that variation of embryo. Just finding whatever feels good for you today. You can use this time to reconnect with your breath if you find that you have lost that steady pace of those inhales and the exhales. If you reconnect with the intention or goal you set at the beginning of our practice together. And then whenever you are ready, on that next inhale, lift the hips off of the heels. Find your tabletop position with shoulders stacked over, the wrists, knees underneath the hips. From here, take whatever movements you would like to find, whether those are a few rounds of cow and cat, or again, if you prefer moving the hips in those circles, or anything else that feels good for you today. I want you to take this time just to enjoy that movement in your body. I know for some of us, we may have tight shoulders or tight upper back from sitting at our desk all day, looking at our computer. Maybe your low back hurts, or maybe it's a little tight from sitting in a chair all day, whatever it may be. Just take this time, find what feels good for you. Your wrists are a little tight, you can even place the back side of the hands on the mat and gently shift your weight to the back side of the room, and then shift your weight forward with the palms of the hands facing you. And whenever you're ready, let's all come back into our neutral tabletop position. Go ahead and plant the toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, release the heels, down dog. Even here, check in. Are the hips still lifted towards the sky? Can you maybe soften the heels a little closer towards the mat? Are the shoulders still drawn away from the ears? Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you're ready, walk, step, or float the feet up to meet your hands. Forward fold. Awesome job. We're going to take that same series to the other side. Whenever you're ready, inhale, take that halfway lift. Nice strong flat back. And then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time until the head is the last thing that lifts. The shoulders relax down. The spinal column hands down by the hips. Inhale, we'll sweep the fingertips towards the sky, biceps by the ears. Exhale, hinge through the hips, bending the knees, chair. Breathe in to lengthen. Exhale, maybe just lower the seat another inch. Check in with your core. Is it still engaged? You have your back in a neutral spinal alignment. And then when you're ready, exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Shift your weight over to that standing left foot this time. Bring that right palm of the foot to hover off of the mat by left ankle. Deep breath in. Exhale, extend right foot to the back edge of your mat. Crescent lunge. So all 10 toes are pointed to the front side of the room. The left knee is bent 90 degrees. Hands are at heart center. Do your best to keep the hips centered and pointed to the front side of the room. Let yourself breathe. Find that strength in your body in your practice today. We're going to move into warrior two next. I'm going to adjust over to this way. So whenever you're ready, inhale. Press both palms of the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, pivot your back right foot to the back edge of your mat, opening the arms in line with the shoulders. Same thing here. You can always adjust that stance. Maybe a narrow stance feels better today, or you can widen that stance for a little bit more of a challenge. Do your best to keep that front left knee bent directly over left ankle. Your back right foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Arms are in line with the shoulders and eyes are over that front left middle finger. Whenever you're ready, inhale, hinging through the hips. Reach that left fingertip towards that back edge of the mat. Exhale, left hand down onto left thigh. Right hand reaches up towards the ceiling for supported side angle. You may find that the hips want to press to the back side of the room, but again, use that core strength to maintain your balance. Keep that left knee bent 90 degrees. Your arms are in line with the shoulders. And just let yourself breathe. And from here, let's inhale, slowly rise back up into warrior two. Begin to gently straighten out through that front left knee. Pivot the left toes over to face that right big toe, finding your wide stance for a forward fold. If you would like to keep your arms in line with the shoulders, that's a great place to be. Or again, hands can come to the hips. If you would like a shoulder bind this time, go ahead and let the palms of the hands come to the small of your back. Make a fist here, and then extend that fist down towards the earth. Take a deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, hinge through the hips. Maintain that neutral flat back. Let the crown of the head gently release towards the earth while the hands reach up towards the sky. You have that bind. Think about shifting your weight in towards the outer edges of the feet and slightly in towards the balls of the feet to help the crown of the head release a little closer to the earth. Try to avoid tucking that chin too close to the chest. I want you to think about maintaining a neutral spinal alignment from the crown of the head all the way down to the tailbone. For those with that shoulder bind, go ahead and exhale. Gently release the palms of the hands down onto the mat, framing the crown of the head. As you inhale, we'll press up into the fingertips for a halfway lift. Beautiful job. From here, we're opening the arms in line with the shoulders. Inhale, use your core strength. Slowly roll back up to a standing position. Pivot the left toes to face that back side of your mat, bend, or the front side of the mat, bending through your left knee. Warrior two. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, lower the hips down another inch. Another inhale through the nose, and then we exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to frame that front left foot. Pivot the right toes to face the front side of the room, runner's lunge. You can either stay lifted in the fingertips or let the palms of the hands come down towards the mat. Let's move into that lizard lunge on this side. I'm going to go this way just for a different perspective. For lizard lunge today, go ahead and move that left hand to the inside of that left palm of the foot. Your right arm is underneath right shoulder. You can either stay here with that back right knee lifted if you would like a little bit more of a challenge, if you'd like to build a little more strength, or if you would like to stretch, release your right knee towards the mat, plant the top of the right foot in towards the earth. You can stay here on the palms of the hands or gently exhale down onto the forearms. Try not to let this right knee pull to the back side of the room, and try not to let it draw over the toes. We want to keep that right knee directly stacked over right ankle. Or sorry, left knee stacked over left ankle. Let that left hip flexor open up, release and relax. Get a little stretch through that back right quad as well. Think about creating length and space for your neck by keeping the shoulders drawn gently away from the ears. And then from here, whenever you're ready, go ahead and slowly make your way back up onto the palms of the hands. Now, palms of the hands are underneath our shoulders. Bring that left hand to frame that front left foot. Plant the right toes into the mat. Inhale, lift that right knee off of the mat for your runner's lunge. From here, make sure you're gripping the mat with all 10 fingers. The palms of the hands are resting on the earth as well. Inhale, we slowly lift that left leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog, behind you. So try not to let this left hip open up. Think about keeping that left hip pointed down towards the earth, curling those left toes gently in towards the shins. Make sure your weight is balanced between all 10 fingertips and that right ball of the foot. Take one more deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, set the left foot down onto the mat. Down dog. Inhale, find your high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. One more time. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Now you can either choose to hold down dog for 5 breath cycles. If you'd like to take some more vinyasas, you're welcome to do so. Or you can also release the knees towards the mat. Find your child's pose, bringing the big toes to touch hips back to the heels. The choice is yours today. And then whenever you're ready, from wherever you are at, go ahead and let's meet down in child's pose. And we'll all take 2 breath cycles here. Maybe shut down the eyes for a brief moment. Let yourself breathe and melt into your mat. And then on that next inhale, we will lift the hips off of the heels, come into your tabletop position, adjusting the knees underneath the hips. Let's plant the toes in towards the mat. Inhale, hips to the sky, heels to the earth, down dog. Deep breath in through the nose. You walk, step, or flip your feet up to meet the hands. Forward fold. Beautiful work today, guys. Whenever you're ready, go ahead, inhale, halfway lift. Nice strong flat back, and then continue to roll up one vertebrae at a time until the head is the last thing that lifts. The palms of the hands face the front side of the room, Tadasana. We're going to finish off our practice today with some balance work. So go ahead, let the feet be hips width distance apart. We're going to bring our hands onto the hips to start today. Let your eyes draw themselves to the front side of the room and start to shift your weight over to that standing left foot. As you inhale, we'll lift the right leg 90 degrees off of the mat, moving into our stork. So with the hands on the hips, make sure the fingertips are about in line with each other. It's a great way to check that your hips are in a neutral alignment. If you find this right hip is up a little high, try to lower that right foot gently down, re-engage through that quad instead. When you're ready, release the hands down by the hips today. And then from here, take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, we're going to gently extend that right palm of the foot towards the front side of the room. Try not to let this hip lift up though, so the hips stay neutral. If that right foot is a little closer to the earth, that's a great place to start. And you can use that breath, inhale to lift with that quad, lifting that leg a little bit higher with every breath. Exhale, maybe easing some tension out. Inhale to lift. Exhale, ease that tension one more time. Inhale, lift that leg as high as you would like to. And then exhale, bend through that right knee, sit that palm of the foot down on towards the mat. Maybe shake out some tension out of the legs. And we're gonna move that through that balance on the other side. So again, go ahead, inhale, bring the hands onto the hips. Shift your weight over to that standing right foot. Inhale, we lift left leg 90 degrees off of the mat. Left toes are curled in towards the shin. Again, check it with the hips. If you find this left hip up really high above that right, I encourage you to lower that left foot down towards the mat, make sure the hips are neutral, and then re-engage through that left quad. Whenever you're ready, let the palms of the hands come down by the hips. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and if you'd like to exhale, extend that palm of the foot towards the front side of the room. Same thing here. If you find that hip slowly lifting up, always reset, re-engage, and move with your breath. Think about lifting that leg, finding that lift even in the spinal column. And then exhale, we'll bend through that left foot, set that palm of the left foot down on towards the mat. Beautiful Tadasana. Whenever you're ready, let's inhale, sweep the fingertips up towards the sky this time. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we're gonna move through that one more time. Shift your weight over to that standing left foot. As you inhale, let's lift right leg 90 degrees off the mat. When you feel steady and comfortable here, you can either take that strong variation that we just did of standing forehead to knee, or you can try extended forehead to knee with the fingertips lifted towards the sky. Awesome work. Keep breathing. If you'd like to challenge your balance even more, maybe lift the gaze up towards the ceiling, or you can even shut down the eyes and see how that affects your balance with losing that sense of vision. Whenever you're ready, gently exhale, hands to heart center, bend through that right knee, and then we set that right palm of the foot down towards the mat. Maybe shake that tension out of the legs, and then we'll move through that one more time to the other side. When you're ready, hands are at heart center, feet are hips distance apart. Shift your weight over to that standing right leg. We inhale, slowly lift left leg 90 degrees off the mat. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, extend that left palm of the foot towards the front side of the room. Make sure that the hips stay in a neutral position. Hands can come down towards the hips, or maybe inhale, lift them up towards the sky. You can try any variation that you'd like to try here. Again, maybe lifting the gaze, maybe closing down the eyes, whatever feels good today. And if you find that the hips start to lose on alignment, I encourage you to reset, come into that stork, and then extend through that left quad once again. Whenever you're ready, gently exhale, then through that knee, bring the hands to heart center, and then we set our left palm of the foot down onto the mat. Maybe shake the tension out of that standing base leg. On that next inhale, press the palms of the hands up towards the sky, and exhale, let's forward fold all together. One last forward fold here. Beautiful work today, everyone. Again, with this forward fold, make sure the belly is maintaining that connection to your thighs. Keep the shoulders gently away from the ears. The crown of the head reaches closer to the earth. Just let yourself breathe. Whenever you're ready, let's plant the palms of the hands in towards the mat. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, walk, step, or float the feet away. High plank. We're going to finish off our plank, or our class today, with some side planks, working to build a little bit more core strength. Now we're going to move into the cool down of our practice. So whenever you're ready from here, go ahead and move your right hand to the center of your mat. We're going to pivot the toes over towards the left. Inhale, lift that left hand off of the earth. If you would like to, you can set that right knee down underneath my hip for a little supported side plank. You can also stagger the feet for a wider base, or you can work to stack the feet for a little bit more of a core challenge. Awesome job. Keep that left arm lifted in line with left shoulder. Keep breathing. Try not to hold your breath. And when you're ready, exhale. Left hand down towards the mat. Center, high plank. Let's take it to the other side. Move your left hand to the center of the mat. Pivot the toes towards the right. Inhale, lift that right arm up towards the sky. Same thing here. You can move that palm of the right, or that left knee down towards the mat to give yourself a little bit more support. You can stagger the feet for a wider base, or you can really go for that core challenge by stacking the feet today. Remember to keep breathing. And then when you're ready, exhale, bring that right hand to the center of the mat. Come back one last high plank. Find your breath, nice steady breathing. When you're ready, inhaling that plank forward. Exhale, low plank, and we're gonna hold it here, just 2 breaths. The chest is about an inch off of the mat. Keep the elbows bent 90 degrees, you got this. And then release all the way down to the mat. At the tops of the feet towards the earth, let the hands come down by the hips. One cheek comes to rest. Beautiful job. If you would like to, you can add a bend into the knees. Maybe let the palms of the feet fall towards the left side of the room, towards the right side of the room. Just massaging out that low back gently here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and let the opposite cheek come to rest onto the mat as you let the legs continue to windshield wiper from side to side. And then gently exhale, release the legs down onto the mat in a long line, letting yourself finding those deep belly breaths even here. Whenever you're ready, let's bring the chin to the center of the mat. Palms of the hands come underneath the shoulders. Inhale, help yourself peel off of the mat. Exhale, walk the hips back to the heels. Child's pose. You can either let the fingertips rest to the front side of the room, or if you prefer, keep the fingertips towards the heels for embryo. And start to slow down that breath. You find that it may have picked up its pace throughout our practice today. Think about breathing in for 1, 2, 3, and out for 3, 2, 1. And then when you're ready, let's bring all 10 fingertips to the front side of the room. Gently bring your chin to hover off of the mat so that way your eyes are drawn forward. We're going to plank the fingertips into the mat, tenting the palms of the hands off, getting just a little bit more of an engagement through the shoulders, the upper back, and a little bit through the biceps as well. Take a deep breath in here in the center. As you're ready, exhale, walk the fingertips over towards the left. Press your hips all the way over towards the right. Think about reaching your right fingertips as far as they can go into that left corner of the room. Your eyes are peeking out underneath your right shoulder. And instead of finding compression on the left side of your body, I want you to think about lengthening across the right. From here, we'll inhale, walk the hands to the center. Exhale, fingertips walk over towards the right. Press your hips all the way over towards the left. Same thing, I want you to focus on finding that length, that elongation across that left side of your body. Not too much focus on that compression on the right. And then when you're ready, inhale, walk the fingertips back to the center. Exhale, soften back down into the mat. Whenever you're ready from here, slowly walk the fingertips a little closer in towards the knees to help you press up into a seated hero's pose. We won't be here very long, so maybe just take a moment, let the palms of the hands rest on your thighs, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and maybe a cleansing breath out through the mouth. You'd like to release some tension in the feet. One more deep breath in through the nose. One last exhale out through the mouth. And then return to that breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Whenever you are ready, go ahead and gently bring the feet out in front of you, coming to sit on your mat with the sit bones rooted to the earth. The palms of the feet are gently flexed, palms of the hands rest down by the hips. Take a moment, take a deep breath in, rotate the shoulders to the back side of the room, gently draw the shoulder blades together, breathe in through the nose, and then as you exhale, we're going to gently lift the hips off of the mat, shifting your weight slightly in towards the fingertips here. Finding your staff pose. This is a great pose to take to ease some tension out of that low back. And when you're ready, exhale, soften that tension of the arms, let yourself release into the mat. Inhale, let's bring all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. As you exhale, bend your right knee in towards your chest for a seated half wind relieving pose. That left leg stays down on the mat. Keep the upper body lifted even here. Whenever you're ready, let's bring that right palm of the foot to the outer edge of your left thigh. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, twist over to the right. Hook your left elbow around the outer edge of that right thigh. The right hand comes down onto the mat, directly behind that low back. Even here, try to avoid rounding out through the body. As you inhale, think about lengthening, lifting through the spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale to lift. Exhale to twist. Inhale, another little lift. Exhale, one last twist, and then we inhale. Lift all 10 fingertips back up to the sky, centering the body. Exhale, gentle variation, twisting over to the left. This time, that right elbow to the inner edge of your right thigh, the left hand's resting down on the mat. Inhale, we sit up tall. Exhale, twist a little deeper. And then when you're ready, inhale, let's come back to the center, lift all 10 fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, bring all 10 fingers interlace underneath your right kneecap. Gently uncross that right leg. Exhale, extend the right leg down the mat. Inhale, we bring left knee in towards the heart for that nice seated half wind relieving pose. That left palm of the foot just floating half an inch off the mat. And when you're ready, let's cross left palm of the foot to the outer edge of that right thigh. Inhale, the fingertips lift up towards the ceiling. Exhale, we twist over to the left. Put that right elbow around the outer edge of your left thigh. The left hand rests down on the mat. And again, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist a little deeper. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. And then from here, let's inhale, unwind to the center. All 10 fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, gentle variation. Twist over to the right. Your right palm of the hands on the mat. Left elbows to the inner edge of your left thigh. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist a little deeper. So on that next inhale, we'll slowly unwind. Lift all 10 fingertips back up overhead, centering the body. Exhale, bring all 10 fingertips to interlace underneath your left knee. So you cross that left leg off of that right thigh. Exhale, gently extend that left leg down the length of the mat. Beautiful job. From here, inhale, lift the fingertips up towards the ceiling, and exhale, slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Use that last little bit of core strength here. Try to keep the biceps by the ears, keep the heels rested into the mat all the way down until your spinal column's resting on the mat. Take a full body stretch. If you need to adjust yourself on the mat, go ahead and take this time to do so as well. So with this full body stretch, you're pointing the toes away from the midline of the body. You're reaching the fingertips away from the ears. Inhale, grow an inch taller. Exhale, soften some tension out of the shoulders. Inhale, reach a little bit longer, and then exhale, hands come down by the hips, release some tension out of the toes. Whenever you're ready, bring a 90-degree bend into the knees to walk the palms of the feet onto the mat. Your feet are about hip distance apart, and draw your heels in as close as you would like to your glutes. The palms of the hands will frame the outer edges of your hips. Can you take a moment, gently let the shoulder blades rest into the mat. You're going to feel the entire upper back lie flush into the mat. On your next breath in, slowly lift the hips off of the heels, squeeze through the glutes. Use your core to maintain that balance in your bridge pose today. The chin is slightly lifted away from the chest. There is no tension at all in this low back. If you find yourself overarching through that low back, just take a moment. Lift the hips a little closer to the earth, re-engage through the core and through the glutes, and then lift back up into that bridge. Nice steady breathing here. Take one more breath in, and then we exhale. Bring the seat down onto the mat. From here, keeping the hands by the hips. As you inhale, lift the palms of the feet off of the mat. Bring the shins parallel together. Your quads are in line with the hips for our supine tabletop position. The ankles feel a little tight. Maybe take a moment, rotate, point and flex your toes. Rotate the ankles clockwise and counterclockwise. And then from here, go ahead and return to that neutral position. As you inhale, gently extend the legs to legs up the wall. Keeping the quads in line with the hips. Try not to let the legs lower too much down towards the mat or lift too much up towards the chest. The toes are just gently flexed here. Try to think about maintaining that connection of the lumbar spine of your lower back all the way into the mat. Easing some tension there. If your shoulders still feel a little tight or your chest feels tight today, go ahead and open the arms in line with the shoulders. The palms of the hands can be flipped in towards the mat, or you can lift the hands up towards the sky. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and gently bend through the knees. Reach the palms of the hands towards the outer soles of the feet. Draw your knees in towards the shoulders. Flip the palms of the feet towards the sky. Finding happy baby. Let yourself sway to the left and sway to the right. And from here, you're welcome to take any final stretches that you would like to take before we make our way into Shavasana. You can maintain this happy baby, maybe take a bound angle, any other stretches that feel good to you today, or if you're ready, just simply make your way, resting, laying down on your mat, finding that supine position. These next few moments are for you to just breathe, to let that tension release out of the body. And then whenever you're ready, wherever you are at, go ahead and slowly release the legs down the length of the mat, letting the legs just gently relax and hang out in the sockets of the hips. Let your hands come down, resting by the hips. And the palms of the hands can either be flipped down towards the earth. If you'd like to maintain that connection to yourself, the connection to your practice in your mat today, or you can flip the palms of the hands up towards the sky if you would like to open yourself up to a little bit more acceptance, open yourself up to maybe a new experience at the end of your practice today. If you haven't done so already, begin to close down the eyes, shutting down the gaze. You let the shoulders relax away from the ears, maybe letting them melt another inch into the mat. Think about releasing that furrow between the brows, relaxing that tension out of the jaw, letting the mouth hang heavy, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And if you've maintained that steady breath all throughout your practice, you're more than welcome to start to find your own natural pattern of breathing. Drawing that breath, that life and air in, and exhaling, releasing that breath and some tension away. You let that sensation start to release out of your fingertips and toes. That tension melt away from the center of your mind, letting it just float out, release. And then start to clear your mind of any and all thoughts that may still be present. Try not to focus on any one thing today. As you begin to make your way into that meditative state of Shavasana here. Allowing yourself this time to breathe, not have to think or worry about anything. But most importantly, allowing yourself this time to just simply be present on your mat. To be present in your practice and to just simply be. You're welcome to stay here as long as you would like to in your Shavasana. Meditate for as long as you feel ready. Or if you're ready, you can go ahead and wiggle the fingertips and wiggle the toes, bringing that life and sensation slowly back in to the mind and into the body. You take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale. Gently sigh and release that breath away. And from here, go ahead and roll over onto one side of the mat. It doesn't matter too much which side. Maybe let the head rest in the crook of an elbow. Gently awakening here. Breathing in these final moments of stillness and peace and ease. Whenever you're ready, we'll inhale. Gently lift up into an easy seated position. Let one leg cross on top of the other. The hands can come and make that connection onto the inner thighs. Before we inhale, sweep the fingertips up towards the sky. And exhale the hands to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing in your practice with me today. Just truly a blessing to see each and every single one of you on the mat, and all that is full of love and light within me honors and recognizes all that is full of that love and light within you. Namaste. Thank you guys for a lovely practice. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening and a beautiful weekend.